We have two special guests here in our studio. Myriam Lankry is the clinical director of Amudim. Welcome to the show. And Devorah Pelman is CFO of Amudim. You must be thrilled when you see the $4 million figure up there on the screen.
I am thrilled, and I'm going to be even more thrilled when we hit our $5 million goal.
Amen to that. Myriam, we'll start with you. Clinical director of Amudim means that you are overseeing, I would guess, thousands of cases that are coming across your desk, that you are then directing to the right place. What is that experience like when a new case arrives at Amudim?
That's a great question, Nachum. First of all, I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Your voice, your name, your brand is synonymous with great Jewish causes.
Appreciate that.
So I really just want to thank you, and it means a lot for Amudim to be part of that group. So when a case comes into Amudim, it's where each case manager receives this new case, and they deal with it. It's a whole new world. They have to get to know the person who's calling, whether it's the identified client or somebody who's calling on their behalf, and get to know their whole system. How do they live? What's their reality like? What are the things that they're struggling with? I mean, everybody for the past almost 36 hours has been hearing about addiction and abuse and mental health issues. There's so much more. There's poverty. There's kids who are struggling in school. So many other things that factor in to the whole system that the case manager may have to deal with. So the case manager approaches this new case, this new client, this new family system with a big heart, a lot of curiosity and authenticity and big, deep desire to help, and starts to ask all the right questions and figure out, how do we tackle this new case?
A case manager has to immerse themselves in the case.
Very much
and
so.
Sometimes it's hard to do that, right? I mean, it can be overwhelming.
It is sometimes very overwhelming. I'm fortunate now to work with two case manager supervisors who will help give each case manager, we have at least 20 case managers at this point, supervision directly on the case. I will sometimes supervise the case manager supervisors or the case managers themselves, because in supervision there's two different aspects, right? There's supervising the case, which clinic to go to, which therapist to see, which rehab, what protocol, what modality of treatment. And then there's also supervising the actual case manager, the case manager supervisor. What are they going through in this process? How hard is it for them to absorb all of the things and then go home and be, a good sibling, spouse.
A good regular person.
A good regular person.
Who's not dealing with these crises.
Exactly.
Devorah, it must be very challenging to organize and keep organized a financial structure like Amudim. We're talking about an incredible amount of money, thank God, that comes in from people who like our listeners and viewers right now. You have a tremendous responsibility to make sure everything is utilized to the best potential. I mean, what's it like to be at the helm of that whole system?
I think we're constantly having to prioritize, given our limited resources, prioritize what programs come first, prioritize what our clients need. Unfortunately, we have such a huge need. We have so many clients who need help. And, our focus is always to make sure that we have we have the right staff. Myriam mentioned our case management division. That's one of our, the highlights of Amudim. We're working on so many other programs. I know Tzvi spoke about our school-based programs, which, is really the key to our prevention that we're working on.
But every time something like this is introduced, you have to weigh in whether this is something practical for the organization.
Right. It's not always practical, and we do it anyways.
It's sometimes really necessary, though.
Exactly. And we're hoping tonight that we're able to continue to fund these programs and continue to help our clients who reach out to us. There's really, there's so many needs that come up.
I think you would join me in telling everybody who's watching right now that the more money Amudim has, the more they can do for the community. It really is as simple as that.
Yes, it's the more we could do for your schools, the more we could do for your communities, for your families
individuals,
and friends.
Kids. Everybody.
There's such a great need at this time, and so we're really asking everybody to like Tzvi said, please don't wait for the last minute. Help us now. Help us reach our finish line and even get to our bonus round if we can.
Yes.
And
you're rooting for the bonus round.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. There's so much that Amudim has the potential to give our communities. Don't let the funds be the bottleneck that holds us back. We have such an amazing staff, Myriam and Tzvi, and the Darchenu team. We have such incredible people who have the ability to give so much to our community. And so we want to help give them the support that they need to get these programs out and to get them far-reaching in our community.
Devorah Pelman is CFO of Amudim. You can imagine the responsibility that she feels, and you hear how every time you give, it increases the potential for Amudim to help all the people around the world with their amazing work. And Myriam Lankry is the clinical director of Amudim, dealing with all these cases on a day-to-day basis and supervising people who are really immersed in every single situation. Please, in honor of these two wonderful ladies and in honor of the great organization, give as generously as possible as Amudim continues to march on toward the goal.